Welcome back to my channel, fellow flows. Today I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about our love warrior message, which is also integrated in things that are forced upon us. The conditioning and the programming that we've all accepted from the ages between 0 and 7, and that we've grown up and we've just ingrained deeper and deeper within ourselves, within our thoughts, within our body, within our mind, within even our spirit, right? So right now I'm going through, because I live in Quebec, Montreal, so there's the passport vaccine that is being obligated to come out September 1st, right? And I just don't understand, throughout all history, with everything that's happened, with everything we've learned, we are the most educated, we are the most populated on the earth, and yet we are the most depressed, we are the most sick. We are doing a worldwide pandemic, which is telling me that we not only don't know how to take care of our health, we don't know how to take care of our community. Because back in the past, historically, the pandemics that have happened, we knew that there was a lack of resources. Today, we cannot say there is a lack of resources because of the overconsumption that is happening around us, right? Especially if you are in Western country, there's overconsumption. Even if you're in a third world country, there is still overconsumption happening. There is tourism to the point where it creates billions of dollars for that country, and yet there is still starvation, there's still children under labor, there's still sex trafficking. There's so much disturbances that are happening that we can't really appreciate how educated we are. We can't appreciate where we've come as a people. We can't even appreciate our neighbors. We don't even take care of our own food, and you guys have seen that I talk about that in other videos. And it's truly disturbing me, because if we're in this so-called country that allows us to vote and speak truth of free expression, right? Free will. If we're in such a place, why is something like this being imposed on us when all we have to do is teach our children, teach adults how to truly take care of their bodies? Why is an illness going around so rapidly when people are supposed to be clean, right? People are supposed to be eating well, right? If people are not clean and eating well, then what's the point of all Hydro-Quebec? What's the point of paying for the water? What's the point of going to the grocery store that is supposed to be taking care of our health? What's the point in believing in our government has the best for us when all these businesses are poisoning us, when they're dividing the cities, dividing the provinces, dividing the country? What are we fighting for? What are we, holding kumbaya together? Like, there is also, hold on guys. Sorry about that, guys. Kind of lost my train of thought there. But we're supposed to be united, right? All the technology that we have, what is the point of it? To be united. All the motivational speakers that we have, coaching, me, that I do, it's to find peace, it's to find happiness, it's to find joy, it's to share what our gifts to the world, right? Yet there's and everybody that believes in God, any type of God that you have, any religion, any spirituality that you have, and even if you don't believe in a higher power, the people that believe in people, the people that know that through adversity they can overcome. Yes, it's true that through the hardships we can overcome, but we also understand that there's different types. Suffering is necessary to grow, that is true, but we also understand that there's types of suffering, right? And that types of suffering, like working out, they make your muscles stronger, bigger. That is a pain that is beneficial. Then there's also, I had examples early on, but if I come up with an example after, I'm going to bring it up for you guys. But there's types of suffering that help us grow and that are beneficial to us. But then there's type of suffering that beat us down, that make us feel depressed, that make us feel ill, that make us feel like we do not belong, that that make us feel like the external is so dégueulasse that we don't even want to be in our body anymore. And that's how suicide happens. That's how murder happens. That's how kidnapping happens. There's so many negatives that are happening because people do not feel like they're in a society that is safe. We still feel threatened even though we've made all this progress. And I feel like the people that are supposed to be taking care of us are not taking care of the core issues. And that's what my coaching is about going to the core, going to the source. But I can't do it alone, guys. You also need to realize that things are fucked up. Things are not happening the way they're supposed to be happening. They're not bringing us to our best and greatest self. We're not leaving a world that is better for our children. We're actually leaving a world that is worse for our children, that is worse for our descendants. And why would we do that? Why would we put them in a situation that is worse than what we are in right now, and then still make us still make us believe that we have the freedom to become who we want to be when we have all these restrictions that are forced on us? And I just want to say that we need to come together for real, because happiness is a feeling. We might have different definitions of happiness, but happiness is a feeling, an energetic surge that we can feel between each other without even words. Peace is a feeling that comes from inward. Joy, excitement, they're all feelings that come from within. And as long as you're emanating that out into the world, then the world can sense that also. But when you feel fear, when you feel threatened, when you feel restricted, when you feel forced, what do we want to do? We want to go and half the population wants to go and protest, which we have seen throughout the years is not efficient. It's not fast. It doesn't get things done within one day, because there's still people that are so-called taking care of us that say they need to go make a law, go talk to different people, put it in a regulation, make sure that it's good for the population. In my 27 years, I have never felt a law that has actually impacted my life for the better. If anything, even education, I have learned so much more outside of high school, primary school, elementary school, kindergarten, university, than I have learned less there than I have out in the world. The world is what allows you to experiment. The people that you're around are the ones that allow you to learn certain things, that teach you how to put together formulas. Yes, school teaches you the original formula, but that's not how it works in life. In life, the formula needs to be experienced to come up with an answer. You need to fail to understand, okay, this is what works for me. And I feel like we're just not being allowed to do that. So that's my little rant. Let's do our love warrior message of the day, because we still have to go out there and emanate love. We still have to go be compassionate, empathetic, understanding, open ourselves up to the possibilities of what's to come, open ourselves up to our power that is within, how we can empower ourselves, how we can empower those around us, and how we can work with the energies around us to do better, to be greater. Even like, even using this device is duality, because yes, somebody created Instagram, YouTube, Facebook to unite us, right? But the technology that is being used is from a people that has been tortured, that has been aggressed, that has been used, abused, decapitated, that has been enslaved, that has been just so many dégueulasseries. I'm sorry, like disgust is not enough in English, so I have to say it in French, because it's just like, what are we doing, and why are we so attached to certain things that come from such a negative connotation, right? And then we claim to do something so positive with it. Even me, I have a hard time sometimes posting all the time, because I'm like, this is not how it's supposed to be done. There has to be another way. Sometimes I pray and I'm like, God, show me another way to reach people. And the best way for me to talk is when I'm in person, when I'm with my clients, when I can touch them, when I can feel them, when I can see their energy, when I can feel their energy, because then I know what's truly going on within them. And I know how to, how to show them their core, who they are at their true purpose. But I feel like it's a little more difficult through technology. Like, you guys can try and touch me like this, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. All right, let us do our love warrior message. All right, guys, let us continue with our love warrior message. So, we're in such, it's crazy, because for my people that understand how energy works, we know that mind, body, and spirit, they're all attached. And I believe that I've said that in my other videos. I've also said that in the situationship video, that your mind, your thoughts, they impact your body, they impact your spirit, because it's what you believe in, it's what you value, it's what you say. There's a truth in everything that you say. And if there's not a truth in what you say and the thoughts that are coming out, then you kind of block your throat chakra, because then you're lying to yourself. It's like, that's not the truth. And it creates a tension, it creates stuck energy, it creates conflict, it creates defensiveness, it creates an on guard personality within yourself, because you're like, I don't really do what I say, and I don't really say what I think. So it's imbalanced. When we say body, right, there's a future that you envision for yourself, and that's also in your mind, right? But when you're doing the opposite of what you envision for yourself, then there's also a blockage there as well. And then your spirit is who you are at your core. It's your soul, it's your heart center, it's the energy that you emanate, right? And it impacts, of course, your mind and your body, because that's where your core, your purpose is at. And if you stomp that out, if you have heart walls, if you've done a reading with me before or a healing with me before, you know that I get rid of heart walls. If you have heart walls that are stuck within there, it creates an energetic field that is not always coming from the best intentions, not always coming from the best of your self-love. All right, so we're in a time where there is a lot of creation that is possible, right? We're in the Trinity time, you can say, where mom, dad, baby, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, yin, yang, neutral, so negative, positive, and neutral, the trine, we can really step into it and allow it to flow with who we really are. So if we are really our shadow self, that's what's going to take over. And that's what you're going to go out into the world and create. If you're coming from a place where it's just your positive side, then you're going to go out there and you're going to create, and you're going to stuff out your shadow self. But what I work with is using the shadow self as a positive, okay? So speaking to your shadow self, connecting to your shadow self, and understanding what is really trying to be created, what is truly trying to be expressed from your shadow self, using it as a positive, as a connection with your positive. And with the neutral, it truly allows you to go out there and flow from a place that is really you, okay? So we're in a time where it's deep creation, as I said, and we need to find a balance, harmony, in order to truly be able to go out into the world and give our gifts. It's a time where we can really look at what's going well, what's not going well in the world. How can we help with the conflict? How can we better ourselves? How can we better others? How can we juggle our eternal self with our physical self and truly lean into our feelings and express what really needs to be expressed for the betterment, for the abundance, for the prosperity of not only ourselves but also for the next generation? How can we surprise ourselves? How can we balance our emotions? How can we truly love? How can we feel that as above, so below? Because everything that happens in the physical world happens in the spiritual world. And even if you don't believe in the spiritual world, it is so. I don't know what else to tell you guys. It is so. So as above, so below. So below as above. There is a work and a harmony that is being pulled, received, taken, given, that allows us to really create from our core, from our heart, from love, or from the opposite of love, which is fear, which is anxiety, which is stress, which is tension, which is survival mode. So what place are you creating from? Are you taking in the information that is happening worldwide and going outside with that fear, going outside with that anger, going outside with that conflict, going outside with that distracted mind, going outside on guard? Or are you taking the information and thinking about what is being called for me? What is my mission? How can I share and how can I share my gifts? Or if you're in a place where you actually need support, need information, and you need to receive that love because you're not in that space right now, how can I find that? Where can I go to? Who can I lean on? How can I put myself in a position that will allow me to receive the love, will allow me to receive the support that I need in this moment, so that when it's my turn, I can go out there and also support people in a way that I know how. We don't, like, even with social media, we have become a society that compares ourselves to other people. Do not compare yourself to other people. You are unique. If you guys know astrology, your birth chart is unique. If you guys know your DNA is unique. If you guys know how you look versus how your brother and sister look versus how your mom looks, you are unique. There is nobody out there like you, exactly like you. You are unique in everything that you do. Even if it seems similar to somebody else, it is never exactly so. And we need every single person, every single uniqueness, every single individuality to help the collective whole, to help the next generation. I keep insisting on the next generation because they're the ones that are going to have to live in the shithole that we're leaving. And nobody can really argue against that. So what are you feeding yourself? And when I say feeding yourself, it could be food, it could be the relationships, it could be the spirituality, it could be the beliefs, it could be the television, it could be the water, it could be it could really be anything. What are you consuming? What are you allowing into your space? What are you allowing into your body? What are you allowing into your mind? And is it allowing you to truly be your best self, or is it allowing you to be that low frequency anger, fear, guilt, jealousy self? That's not who we need in these times. These times are it's a time where we really need to be together, where we really need to be understanding, where we really need to stop the conflict so that we can come up with solutions that are not only good for the nation, because I don't see how the vaccination passport is good for the nation. Some people have health issues that do not allow them to take the vaccine. I know people with health issues that if they took the vaccine, it would make it worse. And yet it is still being imposed on them by doctors. Doctors that know their health issues. Doctors that know where they're coming from. Doctors that know the medication that they're on. And that know that the vaccine, what is in the vaccine. They're not even telling us exactly what is in the vaccine. But they know that it's not healing any of that. All it does is give you a 98% chance to not receive COVID, and on an illness that you already have a 99% chance of dying from. So what is the point of this whole thing? And I'm saying COVID because this is the time we're in right now. This is the information we're receiving right now. But that is just a screen. Preventing us from seeing what's truly happening behind that. There's so many more issues that need to be addressed at this very moment. Like antidepressants, why are people more depressed? Like sex trafficking, why has sex trafficking gone up during COVID? Like for me, dream work. A lot more people are doing dream work. A lot more people are looking to the spiritual. A lot more people are looking to the energy world because they understand that something is going wrong. Even that is not being spoken about. A lot more people are homeless. How are we going to help the people that are homeless? If everything is increasing, if inflammation is increasing, if the economy is crashing, there's so many more things that need to be addressed at this very moment, and we don't really have time to be dealing and protesting against a fucking vaccine that does us no good. Worldwide. It's being given to us worldwide. Do your research, people. I don't want to tell you guys exactly how I'm thinking. I just want to spread the love and tell you to wake up and do what you need to do. Get the support that you need. Get the coaching that you need. Get the food that you need. Get the environment that you need so that you can go out there and be successful. And success might not look exactly how you picture it in your head, but it's your way of being your true self in this world. All right. So if you guys have any questions, write it in the comment section. If you guys need coaching, my website is available. I'm still tweaking a few things. If anything, you can always hit me up on Instagram, DM me, be like, Jess, I need some coaching. But the 3 programs are on there. I'm adding another program next week, so I'll let you guys know about that as well. Enjoy your day, love warriors, and keep flowing with the universe.